WoW Shadowlands. Beware players, I'm writing this and making this video to inform World of Warcraft players about some issues with the Shadowlands expansion. This is important to note because there are reasons to be skeptical and reasons to be worried. So far, I'm liking what I've seen from the Shadowlands so far. However, I'm still not convinced this is really the WoW dev team making it. I've not been convinced because of what we've seen so far. Even now, as the 8.3 patch is being changed again and again to be better. Without further ado, I'll go into 3 main points as for why we should be cautious about Shadowlands. Alpha and data means are not the final product. This is easily a reason for players creating false hype around the expansion. We have no knowing of whether the alpha or data means are really the final product, and I wish YouTubers would stop presenting it as final. But this isn't the only issue. What don't we know? That's what I'm more worried about. Are we going to get another mission table? Are we going to have another problem with getting items in the game like BFA and its entirety had? And worst of all, what about seasonal gearing? I absolutely hate seasonal gearing. It makes no sense. I want to see it gone. In short, Shadowlands Alpha and Beta means are not the final product. Don't get your hopes up. No announcements of delays. The biggest sign of a botched launch is often a rushed release, with no signs of delays. Honestly, I'd want Shadowlands to be delayed if it meant it could be more fun. But so far, we've had no news on a delay, at least to my knowledge. It's still scheduled for August, from what I've heard. Although I'd argue that we should have it launch as soon as possible, because BFA is boring. The reason this is a worry, for those not familiar with gaming industry money scandals, they like to rush games and release them broken so they can make money from what they sell. Fallout 76 is a perfect example of this, where not only did Bethesda make their own launcher to avoid players being able to get a refund, they had the audacity to monetize this game and continue to support it. And it still sucks a year later. And ironically, with Battle for Azeroth and Shadowlands, that exact thing happened. Released in an unplayable state, with many things left unfinished and untested, and even monetized it by drawing out game time with stupid mechanics. To note something Blizzard also did with their refund policies, they now have a 5-day limit. If you owned the product for more than 5 days, you will not be able to get a refund. Honestly, this is the biggest reason to be worried. A broken launch is a fucking broken launch. The Anim betrayal. Myself being skeptical about everything, it occurred to me that the Blizzard being nice thing we are seeing in 8.3 and Shadowlands is likely a part of their plan, where they will hype it up, this being the hook. Then they'll draw us all in, and then they'll find a way to fuck it up. This is to say, I told you so. I finally want to note, please don't feel pressured to buy Shadowlands, let alone play it right away. The launch will be rough with all the server issues. Speaking of which, why the fuck have the servers not been updated currently? There's so many lag issues with it in BFA. Anyway, it will be a rough start. But please, don't purchase this expansion yet. Wait until it's actually released. We have no way of knowing whether it will be good or bad, and that's what I want the player base to be aware of. I don't trust Blizzard. It's all well and good for them to finally be listening, but this tells me that they are hiding something from us, using this goodwill from the consumer to hide a deep dark secret. Could it be another mythic Kil'jaeden encounter? Who knows?